The video will begin in a moment. Click the links in the description below to get your copies of my books today. The South Bend Dark Frog Murders is a bold and bloody murder mystery that offers a very compelling look at the degradation of morality and social structure in America and the world, all wrapped in nail-biting entertainment. A must-have for murder mystery lovers everywhere. The Shadow Angel Genesis is the story of a vampire that has spent the past 500 years serving as the Vatican's greatest monster hunter. The true story of Mrs. Claus is a creative but wholesome reimagining of a character that is well known but often overlooked, and one that remembers to keep Christ in Christmas. Thank you for your continued support. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Robert Cantor. A while ago, I did a video on what I thought Godzilla would look like in One Piece. So for this video, I decided to do Mechagodzilla. First, let's do a quick recap. The largest incarnation of Godzilla to date is Godzilla Earth, standing at 300 meters. But Laboon the Whale is 400 meters, and the Sea Kings and Zunesha are even bigger. Because of this, my One Piece incarnation of Godzilla stands between 5,000 and 40,000 meters in height. Between his nuclear powers and his mastery of hockey, he is an unstoppable force of nature. I suppose one question that needs to be asked is, would Mechagodzilla even be needed? One Piece has had some incredibly powerful characters over the years. Luffy's own devil fruit powers are incredibly broken, but devil fruit eaters who think they're immortal have short lifespans. Godzilla is a giant, walking, breathing nuclear reactor. His very presence renders an entire city block uninhabitable. If Luffy or anyone else got too close to him, they would probably receive a lethal dose of radiation. Technology in One Piece is weird. They communicate via snails. Cyborgs exist. Then there are things like Nami's climate act, and the fact that the Thousand Sunny's main features are powered by cola. Dr. Vegapunk somehow found a way to transfer devil fruit powers into inanimate objects. The sky is the limit as to what a One Piece incarnation of Mechagodzilla is capable of. As I've already said, a One Piece incarnation of Godzilla would be somewhere between 5,000 and 40,000 meters in height. The most cost-effective solution to creating Mechagodzilla would be to use someone with a devil fruit power to create and manipulate metal. Showa Mechagodzilla was made of a fictional metal called space titanium. Heisei Mechagodzilla was made using an alloy called NT1 and was coated in artificial diamond. A devil fruit eater with the ability to create and manipulate metal on an atomic scale would undoubtedly be able to create another fictional metal that's way tougher than anything in real life. In the film One Piece Gold, Guild Tessero was able to freely manipulate any gold he had previously touched. He could manipulate gold to the point where he could create and pilot a massive golden golem. In the film One Piece Stampede, Douglas Bullett's devil fruit allowed him to disassemble inanimate objects and reassemble them into any configuration he wanted. He used this ability with his own mechanical expertise to create massive exoskeletons enhanced with hockey. In the case of Guild Tessero, he couldn't create gold. He could only manipulate gold that he had previously touched. As soon as this gold was touched by seawater, it cracked and crumbled. Even if One Piece gold isn't canon, these questions need to be asked. It's a pretty big design flaw if the whole robot is going to fall apart as soon as it gets wet. But Galdino, alias Mr. 3, was able to use his wax powers to create a key that worked on shackles made of sea prism stone. Given the immense size of this incarnation, it's unlikely that One Piece Mechagodzilla would be able to fly. Since most of the world of One Piece is ocean, I imagine the Mechagodzilla would be a fleet of 5 or more massive warships that combine into a giant robot. Mechagodzilla has had different weapons, different strengths, and different weaknesses in different iterations. Given the concussive laser beams utilized by the pacifistas and Frankie's own radical beam, it's safe to assume that Mechagodzilla's primary weapon would be some form of energy projectile. If Mechagodzilla is made up of 5 or more massive warships, there are probably guns and weapons all over the thing. Heisei Mechagodzilla was built for long-range combat, and consequently had limited capabilities when it came to close-quarters fighting. Millennium Mechagodzilla had a retractable blade on at least one of its arms, so I imagine One Piece Mechagodzilla could have 1 or 2, and a swordsman inside its arms could enhance the blades with haki. If the mech doesn't have Devil Fruit powers built into it, it's easy to imagine that Devil Fruit Eaters piloting it could enhance it with theirs. The world government has fallen. The celestial dragons have initiated their doomsday plan, waking Godzilla from his centuries-long slumber. To combat this threat, Frankie designs a fleet of massive, unnaturally shaped and heavily armed warships that combine into a giant robot. There are cannons, lasers, missiles, and torpedo launchers all over the darn thing. In addition, the pilots of the mech can enhance it with their haki and devil fruit powers. That's all I've got to say. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and if you really want to help this channel out, click the links in the description below and buy my books.